Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We got a whisper. I've got a secret champion in today's video. A sleeper OP champion just for you. So it's gonna be very exciting. I'm squeezing this in today. We're in a real rush today. I'm just back from a hospital appointment in the morning, and I've got a dentist appointment mid-afternoon. So hopefully we get this video done on time. Otherwise, the second half of this video is gonna be me with half a droopy face. From being numbed. But anyway, let's see if we can do it. We're checking out Whisper. And guys, we tested this on normal Hydra. We're going to be testing it today on hard. We tested her on normal Hydra last week on the CVC live stream. Now, don't check it. Don't go check it. But guess how much we did. It was my personal record on normal Hydra. Guess how much damage we did overall. And we'll see if we do something comparable. I'll tell you at the end of the video. We'll see. Guess as well. If you want, guess in the comments in advance how much you're expecting us to do on hard Hydra. I'm curious to see how much we can do. Let's check out her kit though. What makes her so good? And I have to give a huge shout out here to Mad Capper, because it was him who discovered it. I actually saw his post about this on Twitter. I'd missed the video, and then I went and I watched the video. I'm going to be focused on Hydra. He was looking at all the other dungeons and stuff like that. So I think these two videos are going to really go well together. As he says though, Whisper, the best champion sitting in your vault. There you are. Pretty high praise. I highly recommend you guys go subscribe to Mad Capper, check out the video. He does really good videos. I think his main, most well-known series is I built this champion so you don't have to, right? Where he just builds all these unknown champions and discovers the occasional hidden gem. The occasional diamond in the rough. Let's take a look here. Softening Drive. Whispers A1. Attacks one enemy. 50%. Bucks to 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Actually hits really hard. And it's a very good chance of weaken on the A1. It's actually a good, solid A1. You don't need to build her with accuracy, but this can be worthwhile because it's a good source of weaken. Her A2. 3-turn cooldown. Charged Assault. Attacks one enemy. This is where it gets good. Places 50% increased attack and 30% increased crit rate on this champion for 2 turns before attacking if the target has higher max HP than this champion. Will ignore defense if the target's under a weakened debuff. This move is absolutely nuts, right? So she gives herself these self buffs, and the really interesting thing here is number one, you obviously see very clearly, she puts the buffs on before attacking. So this attack itself benefits from these buffs. But the really interesting thing is that she puts these buffs on for 2 turns, but because she has put it on during her attack, the buffs will not actually tick down at the end of that turn. In other words, she gives herself full uptime coverage of increased attack, increased crit rate. Full uptime. It's kind of nuts. Essentially what's going to happen is that these buffs are going to expire on the turn where she gets Charged Assault back. So then she'll use Charged Assault, and it doesn't matter that she doesn't have the buffs at the time because she puts the buffs on before the attack. So she always has these buffs. This is very cool. Number one, she's always going to be upping her damage hugely with increased attack. But number two, increased crit rate. Because it's always going to be on, we can build her with 70% crit rate and really crank her damage higher, higher, higher. And then ignoring defense if the target's under weaken. We know how powerful Savage sets are. We know how powerful Helm Smasher is, letting you ignore portions of the enemy's defense. Ignoring all defense makes this move an absolute cannon. Very powerful. Unyielding Flurry then, her A3, 4-turn cooldown when booked, attacks one enemy 2 times, grants an extra turn if the target's under decreased defense and weaken. So extra turn mechanic built in, really nice, that's great stuff. Then her passive is awesome as well. 10% chance of granting an extra turn whenever this champion lands a critical hit. So extra turns on her A1, A2 really, which is fantastic. And then 20% more damage to bosses. She has really solid multipliers, really good multipliers as well. When you slap a 20% damage boost onto that, she is going to be hitting really hard, getting extra turns. She has a dungeon aura, which is actually quite good as well. I've built her in Relentless set here for chance of extra turns as well. So hopefully we're going to see her really popping off. On my normal run that we did on CVC stream, she was in Lifesteal, and I actually found that we're going to be running her with Nekmothar, who's one of the newer champions as well. He puts out Leech, and I found if you got Leech out there, you don't need Lifesteal. Now, if you do not have Leech on your team, it's probably worth running her in Lifesteal, It's going to help her stay alive because she's going to outrun all the defensive buffs, right? With the extra turn over here, with the chance extra turn here, she will outrun defensive buffs. But the great thing is, even with Relentless set, all these extra turns, she will never outrun increased attack, increased crit rate, which are the two crucial buffs for her to really pop off, which is just amazing. How have we built her then? I actually think we've built her really well here on the whole. So she has very good base HP, 16,000, very solid. So easy enough to get her above 40k, which is good. Her defense is bad, so that's definitely a weakness. We'll see if that's going to be a problem or not. We've got her with very good speed for a damage dealer. 222 is actually really respectable, I think. 70% crit rate. This is what makes her easy to build well, I think, because you only need 70%. We got 230% crit damage, so good, nothing too crazy. We do have 200 accuracy for a chance to land those weekends. So that is her build. And for masteries, we have her like this. So we obviously have her in all the counterattack stuff. And we do have her with War Master to just smack hard, basically. Hit things hard is the name of the game. Let me jump over to Hydra and let's give this a spin. All right, guys, so here we are. Here's the team. Obviously, yes, this is a pretty nutty team. That's kind of the point, is to really show Whisper at her full potential here. Nekmothar going to be giving us speed increase, turn meter boost, then AoE decrease speed and a leech. Now, that leech is going to be really important, I think, to keeping us alive. He also has AoE decrease attack and a speed in all battles aura. He is going to be as well in a taunting set. So he is going to be the key to keeping us actually locking down the Head of Decay and minimizing those cleanses, which can really mess us up. Excuse me, we're going to bring in Sissia Flame Tongue for AoE HP burn and then AoE decreased defense and weaken. She will sometimes miss the decreased defense, but so long as she gets the weaken out, at least Whisper's going to ignore defense with her A2, though she won't get the guaranteed extra turn unless decreased defense is out as well. Mithrala, whoops, don't remove Mithrala, definitely keep her in. Mithrala is going to provide us with Hex, increased defense, increased attack. Now that Hex is going to be massive, right? Hex got buffed recently to replicate a portion of the damage. It's 2% of the damage on AoE attacks gets replicated to every enemy with Hex. With single target, it's actually 10% of the damage. So we'll see what this can do with Whisper. And then she also has a full team cleanse with Strengthen and a big shield. That's going to help us to stay alive. Aboro is into Mischief tank. This is important. Whisper, because she's putting 2 buffs on herself, crit rate and an increased attack. I found we did this with Ragash instead of Aboro last time on the normal run that we did during the CVC live stream. And we found that with Ragash, that Aboro was actually, that Whisper was actually getting targeted a lot by Mischief, having her turn meter stolen, having her buff stolen, and that really messed her up and limited the damage she could do. So we're going to try to escape that today, bringing in Aboro, who gives herself crit rate, crit damage, perfect veil, and revive on death. So 4 buffs. So she should always be the Mischief tank. And then she also has an extra decreased defense to supplement that Sissia is going to miss it sometimes. Then we have Godseeker Iniri. We're going to need a revive in here because we're fairly squishy. She's going to give us some more healing, increasing our buff duration as well. This is not necessary for Whisper or even for Aboro, but it's just going to give us more safety with the strengthen and all of that. So, and the perfect, the speed. It's just going to make things a little bit smoother. So let's start off the run, shall we? Let's go. Let's do this. I think we're going to target the Head of Decay, try to get him killed off, and it's probably worth restarting the run if you don't get a provoke. Now we actually did get a provoke this time, so I think we just keep going here. Yeah, I think we probably keep going. I probably should set Godseeker Iniri because she's faster to A2 the second time around. There we go. We're getting lots of provokes, so that is nice and good. But we're going to have to switch target now because we don't have the burn on this head. So we need to wait out that poison cloud. We don't have any block buffs with this team, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to deal with it as best as we can. I guess we actually should target him, seeing as he's going all out at this point. He's going to pop off, and you can see how hard he hits right there. Actually, she's going to kill herself. No, she won't. Not quite, but it's certainly close. We can steal his buffs with a Boro, so that's something we might want to do when we come back around to our turn. Let's see what we can do. We'll take it off auto just to do that. This is going to mostly be on auto. We can see, for example, with this move coming in, we have leech on him, so I think she's okay. Yeah, she will massively hurt herself because of that reflect damage, but she's fine. Then we'll speed boost. Land this. Taunting set can land even on weak hits, and let's actually steal these buffs off of him. All right, and then we're good to go. So we'll target his Head of Wrath again. And we'll target him until this poison cloud falls off and we can actually get back onto the Head of Decay. Big hit coming in from Whisper right there. Not too bad. It's certainly kind of sketchy starting this thing off because we don't have that. We don't have block buffs with this team. You could definitely bring in something like Ugo, or you could bring in Archbishop Pinthroy, Deliana. There's definitely options like that that will work. She should get extra turn. Here she goes in. Smack 130,000 damage. And she's in again. Why not? 96k. There we go. She's going to take a break now. She's had enough. We're going to have mercy on this head. We've decided. Actually, let's keep targeting him for now until we get our debuffs actually out on this head. No provoke this time, unfortunately. But Head of Wrath is about to flop over dead. And bam. Head of Wrath is down. First head down. 10 turns in. No problem for Whisper. She's going to be ripping them apart. There's a provoke. That's what we want to see. And at this point, here's a really cool thing that this team will do. Watch the damage now that's going to come out. Whisper, almost 300,000 right there. But look at the damage to the other enemies. 8k. Almost 2 8k procs right there. She's in again. 12k. The Hex debuff is duplicating so much of this damage across these different heads. It's actually extremely extreme. Now we've got Hex on everything. This is going to enable us to do tons of damage to all these different heads, which I think is just super cool. We're actually probably going to kill this poison head without even attacking him, just from the damage we're going to be doing here. So here we go. Boom. Yeah, 43,000 damage to the poison head right here. Now we can switch over to the poison head. Actually, ooh, this is a really interesting thing. This team is also going to be quite weak, unfortunately, against the Head of Torment, because we're going to get feared all the time. This is where we're going to see the damage right now is unfortunately reduced because it's just freshly spawned in. But look at that. You see those 60k procs on these other heads from her? Absolutely nuts. What we're going to try to do, the way that we're going to kill Torment, and the way that we're also going to be, well, we can kill Mischief directly because we have Hex. The way we're going to be killing Torment is with Hex. Like, we've already done about 10% of his life with HP burn and with Hex. Just duplicating that damage across, which is just, I find it just beyond hilarious. Just super awesome. So, yeah, there we go. We are already up at 11 million damage. Oh, she's going to get feared. No, this is unfortunate. The counterattack with her that I do have her masteried into it does have that downside. There's no doubt about that. It does have that downside, but she did get her buffs off. The bad thing is if she gets those buffs interrupted, she's just popping off. She's just slamming this head. She doesn't care. She did probably about 1 million damage there, which is 3 extra turns just to that head. Right, I'll be back when we get to the 1 key threshold. Let's try kill off Decay next, I think. And yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Be right back. All right, we've had our first head get eaten. We're dealing with these true fears as well. Definitely this Head of Torment is the worst head that we can see. And unfortunately, we don't have a provoke out here, so likely he's going to get a cleanse off, get himself an extra turn, which sucks. But we'll see what we're going to be able to do right here. This is definitely a bad position for us. No provoke. That really sucks, unfortunate. And yeah, these fears are going to be messing us up. But we'll see if we can break this shield. We're low on life, and unfortunately, our healing is going to be fairly limited because we're against, yeah, she doesn't have the crit rate on. We get a bit of a heal. Bonk, I'm going to smack out some more true fears. Let's see, can we do it? Can we actually break a head free here or not? Firestorm, right, that's going to help. Unfortunately, she got true feared on that, but boom, there we are. There's the hit we're looking for. Whisper almost smashes through the shield and the entire Devour in one single hit. And there we go. Okay, we're free. We're back on track. Okay, good. We're back on track. Unfortunately, again, we don't have that decreased defense out right now. We'll hopefully get back up to speed here. We've got a while till the next cleanse, so I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to stay on top of things. Yeah, I'll be back when we get to the 1 key. I thought that was good, though, to see the first Devour and sort of how we were able to handle it or not handle it, as it were. So, yeah, be right back. Okay, we are back. We're rapidly approaching that 1 key threshold right now. About 49 turns in. Whisper, 373k hit on this decapitated head right here. And again, with that Hex debuff, duplicating a lot of that damage across, which is fantastic. Here we go. Bam. Again, that Hex damage from the War Master, the direct hit, all going across. Here we go. Wha-bam! 65k damage hit to this head just through Hex alone. I just love it. It's absolutely fantastic. What I'm really hoping we get to see, it's actually a good time for him to waste his cleanse with all these dead heads. That's actually really nice. What I'm really hoping we get to see, bam, bam. Oh, the damage is just disgusting. She's in again. Bam, 400k with 100k pops in again. Oh, almost 600,000. You love to see it. I think this is now the weakest head, right? Actually, this head has the most debuff, so we'll target him for a little bit. Get those extra turns from Whisper, potentially. We just not only hit the 1 key, we just catapulted past it. We really want to see the head of... we really want to see the head of Mischief, because we can target it with Hex and really rip it apart. That's definitely the head that we want to see with this team. Whisper will delete it, and she can keep targeting it because of Mithrala. We haven't had that luck yet, though, unfortunately. Hasn't shown up, but yeah, I'll be back if Head of Mischief does show up, and we'll see what we can do. Alright guys, we've come to a pretty rough part of the run here. We've got a shield and this on the Head of Suffering, and he's about to take an extra turn as well, and he's eaten our girl, so this is pretty spooky. We've somehow managed not to have Mischief spawn once in this run, which sucks. Though we're just slamming the damage right here. Actually looking pretty good for a chance for us to get through this okay. He's coming up to a cleanse in a second, which we definitely don't want to see. Hopefully we get a provoke out. We'll see if we can make it happen or not. If he takes a turn, those poisons are going to do a lot of damage. That will help. No provoke. We hope we beat him to it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Whew. Crisis is averted, though it definitely got a little bit sketchy. There's the cleanse. That was spooky for sure. Definitely a sketchy moment. One of the worst things we can end up with here. We're getting the worst heads, man. Like, if Mischief came in, we would be so good. We keep getting this cloud that we can't deal with, and we're 50-50 with decay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, this poison cloud is definitely not making our life easy. Oh well. We're up to almost turn 100. We've done almost 50,000 damage. In fact, here we go. Oh man, oh my god. What does a man have to do to get... Normally, you don't want Mischief to show up. But game, I'm asking you, please, can we have the Head of Mischief? What is this? I've never seen the Head of Mischief not spawn. Anyway, Head of Mischiefless, somehow, it gives us so much damage. Just wait, just wait. But we've passed 50k, coming up to turn, there we go, turn 100. We got 50k in the bank. Right, let's see how far we can go. Miracle of miracles, the Head of Mischief has showed up. Okay, this will probably be the last part of the run that we really go through. You can see we're definitely getting fairly beat up here at this point. You know, that Head of Torment messing with us, but we almost have it killed, which is good. But let's see what we do with this Head of Mischief. Again, he should be targeting her. Watch us be super unlucky and we get the 3% missed resist, and it gets instantly nommed up. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Wow, we're just absolutely smashing these heads right now. Look at this damage, absolutely insane. Big counterattack comes through. Beautiful. You can actually see that the Head of Mischief is kind of getting deleted just from these heads being hit. Just from these heads being hit. Here we go. In. Boom. 500k damage. Watch the Head of Mischief's health. Bonk, bonk. You don't even watch this head. Just watch this health over here. Chunk. And she's in again. Chunk. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The damage. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun. I love it. Okay, we're just going to keep smacking this head until... Well, unfortunately, heads keep dying here. That's kind of a bummer. I'm almost wondering if we should start targeting Head of Mischief just to kill him off so we can get him. Okay, he's protected now by Poison Cloud. Unfortunate. I'm almost wondering if we should just be targeting Head of Mischief. Just so we can really target him down with Hex. Because when you kill him, the great thing about when you kill him, does it say here? Oh, it doesn't say here. Maybe it says in his A1. Yeah, he fully depletes the turn meter of all Hydra heads whenever he's decapitated. And because we can kill him so quickly by targeting him, I will show it to you when his thing falls off. Actually, okay, at this point, unfortunately, he doesn't have Hex on. We're just going to keep smacking this head. Right, let's actually manual this to be careful here. Don't hit. Okay, good. We want to get Hex on him. It's important. Bam, good. Okay. Right, he's coming back. We really, really want to get Hex on this head over here. We might as well do this with her at this point. Sure. Okay. Here we go. Unfortunately, he missed his turn right there. We get Hex on, so now we can target him. We don't have any of her good moves, but that's a good hit. She got an extra turn. Good. Here we go. In we go. Wha-bam! And again, because Hex... stops him from doing his nonsense, we can target him every single time, which makes it so good. So we want to just target him down and kill him off pretty much as quickly as we can. So we'll hit auto and target Head of Mischief, and we'll see this is going to actually really up our damage. She won't get the extra turn, but it depletes all their turn meter, which again buys us a ton of turns. We're really unlucky this didn't happen earlier on in the run. If this happened earlier in the run, we can, with this team we've set up here, we can absolutely smash Mischief to absolute shreds. And we can do crazy damage to him when he's decapitated as well. Let's see if Whisper comes in for a good hit here. We got 120k from Aboro. We got 40k there from him. Some damage. It's hard to even see the damage. Here comes Charge Assault, 600,000 damage, and she's in again. 400,000 damage with her A1. Beautiful. We've got about 100k there from Sissia. Fantastic. Again, another 130 right there. 89, 69. Right, it really adds up the damage against this decapitated head. Oh, man. All we want is Mischief. Just give us more Mischief. Right, one head of Mischief, 72k. I'm not going to complain too much. At this point, we're going to try to kill off Head of Blight before he does his Poison Cloud, because that's going to mess us up. And we're going to have this cleanse with nothing we can really do about it. But yeah, you get the idea there. I tell you what, let's go until someone actually gets consumed or something. You get the gist of how this works. Smashing the decapitated heads as much as we can. Maybe provoke? Nah. Right, I'll be back and we'll see. We'll see how we can go. Okay, this is perfect test, guys. Here we go. Mischief is up with Hex. He is going to get it potentially a cleanse off. We'll see how much damage we can do before. We've got 2 turns until he cleanses. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to have a Devour come in and interrupt. One of these 2 heads is going to Devour. But let's see what we can make happen. He's got the Provoke off. I'm not sure what's going to happen if this is the head that's supposed to Devour him, actually. But let's just see how much we can do to Mischief, right? Mischief is going to be the one that eats him. Unfortunate, but luckily Whisper's coming up to a turn. Bam. Almost one-shots the guy out of it. I love it. We've got no Provoke now. That's okay. No problem. No Provoke, no problem. Here we go. He's so close to cleansing. Mischief is sweating right now. He is sweating right now. He does not want to be here. I can tell you that much for free. I will take manual control in a second, actually. I want to steal this increased attack away. I'm not sure if we're actually going to manage it. Yeah, no. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, we'll steal all these buffs away. That works pretty well. But we almost kill off Mischief. Ba-bam. There we go. We almost have Mischief killed. Just like that. How cool is that? Okay, the cleanse has gone in. Okay, that's a bummer. Unfortunate. It is what it is. Yeah, let's see if we can actually smash this heal, because we don't really want him to heal. It's just the unfortunate cleanse. He's probably going to full heal here because of this cleanse, and there's not much we can do. Maybe the poisons will be enough. Up to 82,000 right now, by the way. Not bad at all. Not bad. Wha-bam. There we go. All right, that's taken care of. Excellent. Let's see if we can kill Mischief, or we can just smack whoever. All right, again, I'll be back. Sorry, I just wanted to show you how much damage, how quickly we can start nuking down Mischief with this Whisper and Mithrala combo. Wha-bam. And he's down. Awesome. Be right back. Alright guys, this is it, the beginning of the end. 175 turns in, and we just had our first permanent Devour. Who was it got devoured? Oboro's been devoured, which means that this head, the head of Mischief, is now actually a really big problem for us, because she is our Mischief tank. We're going to get as much damage out as we can on this head over here. Then we're going to try kill Head of Mischief and hope that's going to be enough. 10 turns only until she is devoured. And as you can see, actually, with Oboro down, Whisper did become the Mischief target, and he stole that increase attack. He stole the increased crit rate off of her, which not only, and her turn meter too, which not only lowered her own damage, but it also, yeah, is going to really up the damage that these heads are going to do. So that was really unfortunate. Yeah, it's total bummer, to be honest. Total bummer. We're going to run into a slight problem here as well, with the Poison Cloud being on Mischief. So we're not going to be able to kill Mischief too directly. And we just rip that off, right? So we're going to have, yeah, we're actually in trouble here. But we're approaching that 1 million mark. That's a big hit right there. Basically 1 million damage. Absolutely insane. I think we can reach the 100 million. I think we can do it. We're down 1 champion, but I think we can do it. I think we do have to just keep hitting this head. It's going to do very little damage, but at least it won't be weak hits. So I think it's worth it. We can start stacking up potentially some debuffs on him. Again, the potential for this team would be even higher if we were playing not on manual. Okay, well, let's try target him for what it's worth. We'll see. No provoke on this head, so he is going to cleanse, unfortunately. We might get 1 good hit off on Mischief. It was an okay hit. Extra turn. She's in with the charged assault. Ignores defense. Does a decent hit. Again, that ally protection is doing some work right there to try keep him alive. We strip off some of those buffs. Okay, there's the cleanse. Unfortunate. Hate to see it. We're going to keep trying to target Mischief, try take him down, because, yeah, he's a real pain stealing all of those buffs. We got to wait really for that Hex to come back around. 99 million. Okay, this is a problem. He's got an extra turn coming up, and he's about to be shielded. Unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. We're going to try break stuff out, but I think we're screwed. I don't think there's any way we can do it. We'll give it our best shot. We're going to try hit that 100 million. Can we hit the 100 million? We've got the Hexes out. She's going to get some poisons out, Mithrala, which is going to help. But I'm not even sure if targeting this head is the right call because it's going to be so difficult to actually break stuff free. To really hope he doesn't get this cleanse off too. Yeah, there she is. Whisper. Thank you for your sacrifice, for your service. Let's actually try kill this head. Let's just try get a kill. I think it's going to be the thing that's going to up our damage the most. Let's actually try kill Mischief as well at this point. Bam, just deplete that turn meter. There we go. That's going to help us a good chunk. Maybe I should have killed Mischief sooner, but there we go. 100 million in the bank. Locked it in. We're hitting 200 turns. Almost 30 minutes in as well. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty fantastic stuff, to be honest. We're going to be eating very quickly now. I'll just come back when the run is over. Whisper has done her duty. And she's gone. She is dead. She is passed on to a better place. The gullet of the Hydra. But yeah, I'll be back. We'll see what we get total. And we'll check out what the damage is. How much of this 100 million do you think Whisper did? Let's find out in a sec. And there we go, guys. When the end comes very quickly. Here we go. We did 103.22 million damage in this particular run. We have Nekmothar with 7.8 million. Sissia with 20 million. Bearing in mind, Sissia typically does very similar damage to a ninja. Maybe not quite as much, but not too far off. Like, she's one of the best Hydra damage dealers in the game. Whisper did a whopping 35 million damage, which is just nuts. When you consider that you need 20.6 million damage to get the top chest on Hard Hydra, she almost doubled that by herself. And not only that, but a big chunk of her damage is actually being represented here by Mithrala. How is Mithrala doing 16 million damage? How is that possible? Bearing in mind, Nekmothar is doing an AoE attack every single turn that's proccing War Master. How is Mithrala so far ahead? Mithrala should be something more like Godseeker. Where's this extra 8.5 million damage coming from? That's from the Hex. That's the damage from Hex. Yeah, so about 8 million from Hex. Probably at least 5 million of that are from Whisper doing damage to Hex. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Aboro did 14 million, actually really good damage from her. Really working well with that Hex as well. Mischief tanking and pumping it out. Godseeker 8 million. So on the whole, I think a really, really respectable showing. A really insane showing here. 33 minutes in. 220 something turns in. And definitely this particular team, this exact team could definitely do better. We got really unlucky on this run. And I don't unfortunately have any time today, so I can't redo it. But we got really unlucky that Head of Mischief did not show up much at all. He showed up again at the end a couple of times. That was about it. But if you have Head of Mischief show up early on when everyone's alive and the Devours aren't happening very often, you can absolutely start running over this Hydra because you keep depleting their turn meter. And then when you start depleting their turn meter by killing Mischief because of the Hex, that is where that single target focus from Whisper and that replication with the Hex becomes so strong because your debuffs stay on much longer because they're slowed down. You've got so much speed from Nekmothar. Head of Mischief showing up really snowballs things in a huge way. I hope I was able to show that today, at least a little bit. But unfortunately, we didn't see its full potential. But nonetheless, can you complain? 100 million, 100 million, 35 million damage from Whisper. Yeah, she's an incredible damage dealer for Hydra here, guys. She is just incredible. Let's keep that result. How did the rest of my clan do? They've already beaten Hard Hydra this week. Hopefully this works. Let's see. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. So for Hard Hydra, yeah, we're actually number 1 here. We actually beat a couple of teams with Trunda. There we go. To put it in context, here's a double Trunda team coming in. Now, those two Trundas both did like 27, 26 million. They're doing crazy damage, and that was probably a much shorter run. But, you know, 100 mil. Ain't too bad. Here's a Trunda over here. Ooh, Trunda over here did 37.5 mil. Did she beat Whisper? Oh, she did. We only did 35. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, that's a bummer. That sucks. We were so close. We were so close. Again, here with this team, 35 million. We beat this Trunda. Yeah, and this is a team with like Duchess and Krisk and Lydia and all the rest. So there we go. What do you think of this team, guys? So we've got Sissia and Nekmothar. They are obviously like incredible legendaries. You're super lucky if you get them. Obviously, they were guaranteed legendaries, but of course, for tons of players, you know, unless you were really far into the game and you've been saving a lot, or alternatively, if you're a big spender, you know, those legendaries were not achievable. But yeah, there's obviously others you could put in instead. I do think that Sissia and Nakmo are particularly good here. 3 Void Epics, and then Mithrala, who you will get from beating Hydra eventually. So I think certainly these 4 champions are relatively obtainable, and then these ones you do need to be quite lucky with. But it's an insane team if you can put it together. To show you their gear once more, real quick, so you can see what we're working with. Again, Whisper in Relentless, and I do think that's really good on her. If you are struggling to keep her alive, though, Lifesteal is totally good. Lifesteal works. It's fantastic. It really does work. And she is built with these stats and with these masteries. Godseeker is coming in with these masteries. Her weapon needs to be rolled up. I've re-geared her a little bit since last time we looked at her. I've really upped her speed and her health and all of that since last time I showed her off here. She doesn't need to be geared this well for this team. I don't think she actually needed to revive anyone this time around. I don't know if she needed... I think she needed to revive... No, she did. She revived Nekmothar once. Nekmothar did die one time, and she revived him. But that was it. So I think it was still useful to have her. Extending the buffs is nice. She did pretty decent damage. The extra healing is really helpful. But she did work. We've got a Boro coming in here as well. Absolutely slamming it with this. I do need to up her speed maybe to 170. Not a big deal, but there we go. And whoops, I exit off. Boro's masteries are like... Oh my, what? I'm somehow, apparently, my eyesight is failing. There we go. Fantastic. So she's in War Master and all of this. Then for the legendaries, Nekmothar is built like this. In the taunting set, it works insanely well. And he is statted out like so. He's actually a little bit slow for where I want him to be. I'm going to be looking to up that. I'm just really low on speed glyphs right now. But I'm going to be looking to glyph these speed stats hopefully much higher. He's got no speed on these gloves, so we're looking to find some taunting gloves with speed. This has got a good bit of speed, you know, but definitely upping his speed. His masteries were like this. That's Nekmo. Sissia. Is Sissia out? Sissia's in the vault. Sissia, get out of the vault. Get your ass out of here. Sissia is built like this. Actually, I'm not sure about Giant Slayer. I might switch her back into War Master. I'm not sure about the Giant Slayer at all, actually, to be completely honest. But she's built like this. So I might tweak her. I think War Master might be better. Her A1 is good, but the AoE hits I think might be better. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Might be worth changing. Now she's quite squishy, and we've built her to be really tanky because I don't want her to do. It's very important with her. She could do a lot more damage if you built her for Hydra only. But this is my Sissia, who's built to farm Spider 25. And this is pretty much the max damage I could get out of her. In fact, she has a bit too much damage. I'd love to drop her crit rate lower. Just to make that spider run a little bit faster. If you're not using her for Spider 25, then you could definitely up her crit rate and crit damage and really get her smacking. I've just got her built like tanky, basically. She's supposed to just be tanky with this build. And then, yeah, Mithrala is built for, again, if she had War Master, like this is how she's doing, how is she doing this crazy damage? She doesn't have War Master. She's doing this crazy damage in Hydra because of Hex. She's got accuracy. She's built for Arena, right? So she is built for Arena, so she's very fast. Obviously tons of accuracy, but she's got no crit rate. She's got no crit rate. She doesn't have War Master. All of her damage is coming from the buffed Hex. It is so powerful with someone like Whisper, who is a single target damage dealer. So there you go, guys. Let me know, did you enjoy today's video? I really hope that you did. I think it's just so awesome. Again, that huge shout out has to be given to our boy Mad Capper, the mad scientist behind digging out Whisper from the vault. He was right. He was 100% right. This champion, with her kit, she is a boss slayer. She's a specialist at killing bosses. guess what? The Hydra, it's a boss. That's right, the Hydra is a boss. Who knew? And just her damage to decapitated heads is massive. Her synergy with Hex is insane. The Hydra heads themselves, of course, have those passives that reduce AoE damage. You put all that stuff together, and Whisper has been sleeper OP for almost a year now, and we just didn't realize it. Whisper, there you go. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, Whisper. Goodbye.